Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Thursday, May 26th. It is 3:04 a.m. and I will tell you it was hard to get out of bed this morning. Oh, welcome to Sierra Trades Live Forex session where we will be analyzing mainly USD pairs. I stream live Monday through Friday at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time and 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. A disclaimer before we start, this is not financial advice, and any trade that you take, you are risking at 100% your own risk. I'll say my trader's prayer before I start. Father God, I thank you for giving me the power and authority to get wealth according to Deuteronomy 8:18. Father, you promised you'd make all the works of my hands prosper in Deuteronomy 30:9. Thank you, Lord, for all of my trades prospering. Lord, I declare my eyes are anointed to find the perfect trade setups and entries that will always hit my take profit, because in Isaiah 48:17, you promise you teach me how to profit. It is written in Ecclesiastes 11:1 that I am to enter into foreign trade because you will make me to profit. Therefore, I do not lose any trades. Just like the servant Matthew 25:16 who traded 5 talents and made 5 more, my money will always grow in my trades. In fact, you promised you'd multiply me 1,000 times according to Deuteronomy 1:11. Lord, because I'm Abraham's seed, you will certainly make me to prosper. As you promised in Genesis 32:12. According to Proverbs 8:18, with me are riches, honor, and enduring wealth and prosperity. I stand on Psalms 128:2, whereby I will eat the fruit of my trades, and blessings and prosperity shall be mine. Every day is a prosperous trading day for me, in spite of what the market is doing, because I am in agreement with Psalms 25:13. Prosperity will always be mine because I submit to God and I am at peace with Him, according to Job 22:21. I speak to the Forex and cryptocurrency markets and decree, come now prosperity, as in Psalms 118:25. I come against all demonic forces, principalities, spirits, and generational curses of poverty, and I declare and decree in accordance with Psalms 30:6. In my prosperity I shall never be moved. Isaiah 55:11 declares your word does not come back to you void, but it must prosper where you sent it. Therefore, I stand in confidence that this declaration and decree that I have made from my place of authority as a king and priest, according to Revelation 1:6, has come to pass. Amen. And my affirmation for today, I am an intuitive trader. I am an intuitive trader. All right. Let's see what happened yesterday. Market closed with the dollar. Well, since US 30 decided to pop up, this is my trade from London session yesterday. I only go over US 30 during London session. So come back at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. But right now it do look like we got a break, get a retest I want to see it continue higher. All right. The dollar. Let's see what's going on the dollar. Last all week we've been waiting to see if it was done on this fib on the daily. It looks like we're probably about to get some consolidation. It's currently at in between the 382 and the 50. This yellow line right here was a 4-hour zone. And this breaker structure is on the 4-hour, waiting for it to break structure and retest for the buy, to finish this buy. But let's see what happens with this daily candle today. It is Thursday. Still have 15 hours left in this candle. Candle already moved 33 pips for today. So let's see if it's going to come down and hit the 50% today or small range. Looks like it's a move today at 8:30. So let's see what happens in the market today. I personally, I still want to see the dollar drop some because I have a TP set on GU that I want to see reset. But we all know that we don't predict the market, we react to it. Looks like on the 4-hour, price broke the 200 moving average, which is this red line right here, and retested it. So yeah, looks like triple top. One touch, two touch. See a nice drop. It might come back to this yellow line, which is a 4-hour zone, or it might come down to this blue line, which would be 50% of the fib off of the daily. Let me see about this trend line. It definitely looks nice to sell. I don't believe I'm going to be getting in any more positions for the week. And we got 1, 2, 3. Looks like we got a new trend line right here. possibly a trend line underneath. Yep. Looks like an ascending. I got stuck. An ascending triangle. It's making higher highs. I would like to see price break out, retest, and go lower. Because like I said, I do want to see the dollar drop some more. Change this to my hourly color. Let's see. Yeah. I'm trying to move my break of structure. I don't. There we go. If price breaks this black line and retest, get ready for that big buy. Wow. Wait for correct entries on these USD pair buys and GU, AU, NU sales. All right, let's see what's going on GU. So, I had given up on this buy. I really did. I got back in yesterday. Hold on, let me see. Did I get back in on GU yesterday? Yes, and caught 20 pips. I got in at 1.24772, closed out at 1.25212. But I said I was going to keep this position tool up here because I really do want to see my TP hits. Which my TP, let's go to the daily, aligned with the fib, about 10 to 15 pips away from the 618, just because price sometimes doesn't always get to the 618, but I think we might just touch this daily trend line. But then again, we got a daily zone right here. So price might just reach this area. I might not even get full TP. Let's go down to the 4 hour. I'm gonna bring this daily zone over. Yeah, and the 200 is right here. This pink dotted line was from an article on the pound sterling website. One of the analysts on there said that GU could reach 1.2662, so I marked it on my chart. Let's see what this article by James Skinner says. That was this morning. 6:09 British Standard Time. GU edges higher following May FMOC minutes, which was yesterday at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. All right, let's see. The pound to dollar rate edged further back above the 1.25 level following the release of minutes from the May Federal Reserve meeting, which confirmed that the U.S. policymakers could be likely to rethink their interest rate stance if certain economic conditions are met in the months ahead. Sterling rose by around 50 points, while market appetite for the dollar was dampened following Wednesday's release of minutes from the May Federal Open Market Committee meeting, after which the Fed announced its largest interest rates rise for 2 decades. While the meeting record mostly confirmed what had already been well telegraphed in the May press conference and subsequent remarks by Fed officials, there was at least one insight in there that may be informative of the outlook for Fed policy once near the final quarter. Meeting participants judged that expediting the removal of policy accommodation would leave the committee well positioned later this year to assess the effects of policy firming and the extent to which economic developments warranted policy adjustments, the meeting record states. The above line is creatively ambiguous in that it could be taken as merely a confirmation of Chairman Jerome Powell's repeated acknowledgments that the FOC members would be prepared to do less if U.S. inflation rates begin to recede meaningfully in the months ahead. However, it could also be taken as creating scope and keeping open a door for the Fed to shift its stance on the interest rate outlook in a meaningful fashion later this year following a further uplift in the Fed funds rate at the June and July meetings that is now widely expected by financial markets. Let's see what this. Will not listen to.
Welcome, Chair Powell. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you, Nick. It's a pleasure to be here.
And I want to welcome our audience watching along on WSJ.com, Twitter, and YouTube. So, Chair Powell, let's get started. 2 years ago, you acted very quickly and decisively. You did things that Fed chairs straight up have not done, given the emergency of the pandemic. Now, I hear a lot today, especially from our readers. They look at the economy, they look at how high inflation is, and they look at the state of monetary policy, and they say the Fed is not reacting with the same urgency. What do you say to people who say that you are not treating high inflation today like an emergency?
Well, I guess I would start by saying this, Nick, that we know that this is a time for us to be tightly focused on the path ahead and on getting inflation back down to 2%. We know how people are suffering from high inflation, and we have both the tools and the resolve to get inflation back down. And no one should doubt our resolve in doing that. And I think if you look at how quickly we've moved in the last few months, really, then you'll see that financial conditions have tightened quite a bit. What we need to see is inflation coming down in a clear and convincing way, and we're going to keep pushing until we see that.
So to get into some of those tactics, the Fed raised interest rates at its last meeting by 0.5 percentage point. That is something the Fed hadn't done since 2000. And you've said that you think the Fed may need to do that again at your next 2 meetings. Why are you being so specific? Doesn't that limit your options?
Well, I didn't say so we make the decisions at the meetings. What I said was a couple of things. First, I said that we decided to raise the federal funds rate range for the federal funds rate by 50 basis points at the last meeting. We also said that we thought ongoing rate increases would be appropriate. And during the course of the meeting, it became clear that there was very broad support on the committee uh, for having on the table the idea of doing additional rate increases of that magnitude at each of the next two meetings. And that's what I said. And that's short of a prediction or a statement that or forward guidance that we're actually going to do this. But I would say if the economy performs about as we expect, then that's something that'll be on the table. And honestly, it's so things are so uncertain in the economy right now. It's very difficult to think about trying to give guidance out into the future. We don't know the path of the economy. There are many global events going on that can affect that are really not under our control as well.
That is true.
So if the base case is to do a half point at the next two meetings, why not just do a percentage point at your next meeting, rip the Band-Aid off?
Well, as you know, inflation works through, monetary policy works through expectations. So markets are pricing in a series of rate hikes, a significant series of future rate hikes, amounting to already having done that. So we we like to work through expectations, and I'm not blessing any particular day's readings, but it's been good to see financial markets reacting in advance based on the way we're speaking about the economy. And the consequence, as I mentioned, is that financial conditions overall have tightened significantly. I think if you broadly across financial conditions, you're seeing that, and that's what we need. What we need is to see really growth moving down from the very high levels that we saw last year, moving down to a level that's still positive, but that will give the supply side a chance to catch up and a chance for inflation to come down as we get supply and demand back back together.
A couple years ago, you
Take a while for some.
talked about moving slowly when you're in a dark room.
What we've been in COVID for 2 years now. Now the war plus other factors. I don't think it's looking too good. But I'm gonna finish this later. All right. Chairman Powell and others have been clear in recent weeks that the Fed will be responsive to forthcoming inflation figures and have taken care to emphasize to financial markets that they are prepared to lift interest rates more aggressively than currently expected if price pressures build further. But they've also been equally clear they're prepared to do less if U.S. inflation rates begin to fall in a more convincing fashion, which is not about to happen right now. During the months ahead, while Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta President Raphael Bostic acknowledged just this week the possibility of a pause in the bank rate cycle. Hmm, that's interesting. They need to keep raising rates the need to keep raising rates is universally acknowledged at the Fed, but policymakers are alert to tightening financial conditions, and we expect a less hawkish tone to emerge in June. I don't. I mean, a less hawkish tone on the dollar to emerge in June. And that would mean, if it does happen, that the dollar's going to keep selling. But at the rate of this, we've been buying now for June 2021. At November 2020 lows at 89.235. Price made that double bottom. It's been straight up from there. June 2021, literally almost a year. I do see though that this, look at that, like look at that candle from April. But it looks like price is closing below this zone. So maybe it'll be less hawkish for a couple months. Maybe, but it's also summertime. You get price hikes on majority everything in the summertime, so I don't believe it. He almost had me. Then I thought about it. Then they go on to say we can't stress enough that the housing data are nowhere near bottom yet, and we doubt policymakers have the stomach to keep hiking. Well, we doubt policymakers have the stomach to keep hiking. Yeah, okay. Doubt. I have no doubt that they have the stomach to keep hiking. Uh, I don't know. I don't have much hope for anything new. Not anytime soon. Not with the way things are going. So, I did buy GU this morning because I did not stay in yesterday. Like I said, my entry yesterday was where? Let me see. 1.24772. That was a nice entry. I did not stay in. I caught 40 pips, but currently from this entry, the high was 135 pips. Let's see. Give me 1 second. All right, I'm back. My son decided that he wanted to get up. It's 3:33 in the morning. You don't have to go to school today because it is summer break. All right, so let me see. I got in again. I'm going to delete this line. I got in again this morning. It not probably wasn't. It wasn't the best entry. I'm actually not going to stay in long. It's just a nice scalp. 25782. I was up like 15 pips. I am up just 10 pips right now. I'm gonna draw this recent trend line right here. Go down to the 15 and see. I can't even see a good place to TP because I should just get out. Hmm. Nope, that wasn't accurate. Um, let's see. I'm gonna see how this candle's gonna close. This is a nice engulfing candle off of this trend line. It's a nice engulfing candle. I'm gonna hold. I'm going to hold just because it's GU. This is that daily zone. I'm just gonna go for 50 pips. I don't even want it to come completely up there. And put my stop loss a little below this low. It's almost a 1 to 2. I'm up 15 pips. Yep. See, we got this daily zone right here. I'm not gonna chance it. Yep. Want it to come right here to this 200. 200 moving average. Better entry would have definitely been here. That happened at 2 o'clock. And off of that trend line, that would have been a great entry. UJ. I got in this trade on the 24th, Tuesday. There was news which caused this drop to my TP1. I did take partials at TP1, moved my stop loss to entry, and I've just been letting it do its thing. I want to see if was this a daily fib or a 4-hour. This was a daily fib, which aligned with the dollar. It might come back down to TP1. That's nice momentum on this hourly candle, which is lining up with GU. We like those big body candles. See, we got another trend line right here. That should be 4-hour too. Yeah, I want to see price come back down to TP2. We got that nice drop, came back up, retested this trend line, dropped again. I want to see this hourly candle close. What do we have until this 4-hour candle close? An hour and 18 minutes. Yep. So I do want to see. I want to see UJ push down and GU continue this move up. Yeah. We might just get our double bottom. I want it to come down. I do want it to come back down to this blue line, which would be our 50% on the fib. But this is a 4-hour zone. It'll be a double bottom on the 1 hour. But on the higher time frames, it still might just be consolidation. I am liking this candle. We got 16 minutes for it to close. I did sell $1 too. I have a broker to where I can sell $1. I'm currently only up 7 pips. Stop loss is going to be right here above the highs. My TP, I'll bring my TP down to the 50. My TP1 is going to be here at this yellow line, which is my 4-hour zone. My stop loss is at entry on this and GU and UJ. Even though UJ I got in there a couple days ago, but that's a nice candle for momentum, but still didn't really get confirmation because I don't have a retest. All right, and then today I'm only gonna stay on until 4, just because it's Thursday. Most of the moves already happened for the week. We've already caught most of what we're gonna catch. And you looks nice, but it's still in maybe in this little channel. See, everything's trading in the same range. It broke out a little bit, but it came back in. Everything's waiting for the dollar. Like me. Is it going to continue to sell, or are we going to get that pullback on that daily fib, which is just going to be beautiful? I didn't even change the color of those lines. I know this one is hourly for sure. Let me go to the 4 hour. See what that trend line looking like. Yeah, I'm gonna leave that blue. It's 4 hour. And that was a nice break and retest. Got a nice little drop on the 4 hour. 36 pips. Nice little scalp. Looks like we're going lower on UCAD. Or are we in consolidation? We'll see. We got an hour left on these 4 hour candles. Yeah, that's definitely consolidation. Everything's waiting. Look at that. Since the 24th, since news. Which is one thing about news, like it ramps up price, gives you 100, 150 pips, and then it'll consolidate. But everything is at the end of the fib too. So waiting to turn around. In you came. 4.6 pips away from final TP. So I ended up actually closing it at 53 pips instead of 83. But money is money. This USD position right here. I said yesterday that after I got in it, I messed up because it was a counter trend trade and I should have just left it alone. But it is what it is. Got stopped out 25 pips. The only thing that I'm really going to be looking for a move on today is US 30 for New York session. I am no longer in this trade. I took my profit, but I want to leave my position too long. I got out at, where did I get it? 32119. That's where I took my TP. It was about 25 points. It was a beautiful scalp. 28 points, which I tend to look for 10 to 30 points um, on US 30, but I wait for London session. Another thing I did want to look at, GBP CHF came out of this wedge, broke and retest, and decided to buy. So it was negative. I actually cut this trade early because I saw that it kept moving higher, and I actually got out. I think it was only 15 pips. Yeah, 15 pips. I just like its nerve right now. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it be. Leave it be because maybe it's coming down, giving us a triple bottom. Where's EJ? Is that a double bottom on gold or break? Can retest. Hmm. I never seem to catch gold. I always mark it up, but never seem to catch it. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna stay on just so we can wait for this hour candle to close on gold. See if we can catch some pips on gold. Yeah, gold completed this 4-hour fib nicely. It was point A, point B, point C, made it to D, gave it a nice double top. I can say that this is a zone. Oh yeah, that looks like a pullback too on the daily. We might just catch a couple gold pips today. Give me that nice rejection candle. I'm gonna come down to the 15. Thought I wasn't gonna catch anything this morning. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 3 more minutes. We're gonna come back to that in 3 more minutes. I wanted to look at EJ because on the daily, I say EJ and GJ. The only way I'm trading those is if I get confirmation on the daily or on the 4 hour. Look at this nice pattern that we're in, and it's trading back and forth right now. I'm gonna wait for it to break out and retest this pattern. Hold on, I'm going back to the daily. Because technically, I want to see it finish this fib, but it came down to the 27, so that could be all that it's going to give us. It could be gearing up for a turnaround. So EJ and GJ actually had the same pattern. They both came to the 27. And we know that out. So we're just going to be patient with that. Euro GBP got a double top on the daily. Have I not even marked this up? I don't think so. I actually just added it to my watch list a couple days ago because of an article. I'm going to wait and mark it up on Sunday when I clear my charts and do markups. See, I had the right idea on GBP CHF. Just, it's going to sell. Just wrong timing, huh? And it did give me 40 pips. It really did. But for some reason, this was the one trade that I didn't move my stop loss to entry. Which normally that's like what I do after 20, 30 pips. Move my stop loss to entry and take partials. Just make it a risk-free trade. All right, it's 3:59. I'm gonna go down to the 5 minute for an entry. Hold on, let me go back to the time frame. I want to know, was this blue line support and resistance on the 4 hour? Or is it a fib? It's fib. It's fib and support and resistance. Did I not draw this? Okay, I did. It lines up with the fib perfectly. I want this to be even. It's not. All right. So we got an hour till this candle closes. But I'm going to wait. I want to see. Well, we got that dark cloud cover pattern. Nope. It's only 2 candles. I thought it was 3 candles. Hold on. I gotta have my candlestick chart pattern with me so I don't have to Google. I know it's 3 white soldiers when it's a buy. Well, at the moment I can't figure out the candlestick pattern. Yep, and look at that. The hour candle has started. I want to see a break and retest. A break and retest. Looks like we currently have a little trend line here on the 5 hour. Not 5 hour, 5 minute. There she goes. News at 8:30. I just wanted to see if there's something going on. So I'm waiting for a retest right here. I'm gonna get in and take it. Catch some of this. Where are we gonna take it to? Probably the 200. Yep, right here. This is an hourly zone right here, right at the 200. Wait for confirmation. We got 55 more minutes left on this 4 hour candle. Yeah, this 4 hour zone, this yellow line right here. Got a touch there and there. I want to see a trade back down here. I'm going to chill right here for a minute. Be right back. Well, looky here. What did I miss? That right there. That right there is why you wait for confirmation. Because it's still the same candle. You still have this whole 4 hour range that price could trade trade in. So still got about 45 minutes left on this candle. Got stopped out of GU. Let me see if it's still going to respect this trend line. Let's see. If there's a pair that I'm not going over that you would like to go over with, just comment down below. Also, like this channel, help me grow my channel. I'm trying to get up to 100 subscribers. And share, please, please, with your trader friends. Let's all come together, analyze the market together, make some money together. Okay? 21 seconds. Oh, okay. Come on, close below. Close below. New candle. We get a bearish candle right here. I'm going to enter this trade. Just watching gold. I want to sell it, waiting for entry, waiting for confirmation. That was a nice rejection, though. It really was. 3 minutes left on this candle. I don't really want to wait for the 4 hour candle to close. But it looks like that's what we might have to do. This little baby candle is just not gonna do it. And like I said, it is Thursday. Market slows down. New candle. Yeah. I might just have to let this sit, come back at 5. Yeah, so I'm gonna say wait for this 4 hour candle to close. It We're not gonna get much movement right here, and we only like for 40 minutes from this 4 hour candle closing. Yeah, 38 minutes. It is looking like it's gonna close below this blue line, which is a 4 hour zone, which would be nice. Got that nice wick rejection. I look at the 15-minute and the 5-minute and wait for a lower low and then get in and take it to the next zone. This would be TP1. You gotta be careful with gold because the points, the pips are like not like a well, because it's not a normal forex pair, it's a commodity, but I wouldn't even go all the way to the 200 or all the way to this 4-hour zone. That's almost a good 100 pips. So I would wait. I would wait for Kim to close below. Since it somewhat already gave us a break, not necessarily a full retest because it hasn't closed below this zone yet. So I'd wait. I'd wait for a nice little push down. TP1 at 1843.569, which is almost 30 pips. Then TP, full TP, 1837.309 for about 92 pips, which is wonderful. Like I said, it's Thursday, so I'm gonna wait, see what happens. It's 4:30. I'm not gonna stay until 5 o'clock. Join me back tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow. We have another session first. 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so that we can catch another scalp on US 30. I would like to see price come down and retest this and go higher, but I'm gonna bring this down here to my yellow line, which is where my TP was. I'm gonna leave this here. This looks crooked, is it? All right. And I always clear my chart for US 30, just the box in price. So this will not be here. All right, I'll see you back 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for New York session.